which round do you see Portugal winning Euro 2024, Breton and people at home? Because I think we can win it all. But Breton, what are you thinking here, since you know our pathway?
Yeah, France is going to be tough, man. But I feel if Belgium gets through via France, I think you've got Belgium dead to rights. And I'm going to say semifinals. I'll say
Oh,
semifinals.
so if it's France, we don't go
I
through with France in the quarterfinals, Breton.
It depends. Like we haven't seen enough of masked Kylian Mbappe yet. I for one think that it will be a negative. I for one think that it's gonna not change him irrevocably, but ultimately playing with a mask is gonna be absolutely tough. I think that's thinking way too much about the logistics of it all. But I do think France is vulnerable. I just need to see. We need to see that. I need to get that taste out of my mouth of that third game, right? And nothing better to do that than obviously having all the right guys starting in all the right places. Because my only limitation with Portugal has always been just based on the fact that I've seen him a lot. I've watched him a lot with Everton. I've watched him a lot on American punditry here in the States. Roberto Martinez, I think, is the limitation you guys have. You have the personnel. You do have the personnel to go all the way.
I get
so
you.
I'll say semifinal.
But
I'll say semifinal. But you,
it was the first match he lost.
I know.
He was unbeaten for so long, and after the first match,
he didn't lose it to, and this is probably doing the opponent dirty. This is Georgia, right? But he didn't lose to a team that he should have necessarily lost to the first time, which actually might wind up being a blessing for you guys.
Well,
it might be the kick in the pants that not only the guys that were on the pitch got that they need, it might be the guys that watched it on the sideline that obviously were going to be starting the next knockout round game that probably said, okay, there's no sleep in here. There's no, missing a detail. We've got to go into this with fire in our bellies because otherwise we'll get sent home. And we'll get sent home by Slovenia. Okay? So I am excited to see the response that comes from this. And I have a feeling that there will be no issue with you guys getting through with Slovenia. I think you'll put up 3 goals on them.
Ooh, 3-0 or 3-1 with a Šesko goal.
I'd like that because Sesko deserves a goal, but I know you don't want to see him score against you guys.
No
goals
suffered. No goals suffered, hopefully, with Pep, Ruben Dias, Nuno Mendes, João Cancelo, and Diogo Costa playing at the back. And that's the thing, too. Roberto Martinez, leading up to this game with Georgia, that he played with substitutes, he had a record of 12 wins in 12 games, 41 goals scored, 3 suffered. I do agree that it was not the toughest of opponents, but I have to believe that we can make the difference with him. And we've got the team to win it. We've totally got the team to make the difference in Euro 2024. But one thing's worrisome, and if you're clicking in this video, Portugal, I think, is going to beat Slovenia. And hopefully, like Breton said, we'll beat them with 3 goals scored minimal. But Slovenia is the team with least ball possession in Euro 2024, and they went through. Why? Because they know what to do off ball. That's scary in my point of view when they have 2 strikers, Sporar, Sesko, when they have Oblak, which is a veteran goalkeeper, when they have Yaka Bijou, a good center back from Udinese too, that can make the difference. I'm worried. This is not an easy match, by no means.
No.
But in which round you expected us to go out, Breton? You say France in the quarterfinals, or if it's Belgium with us, it's the semifinals. Oh my days. Yeah. And in the semifinals, for people to get a perspective, if you don't know, if you're living under a rock, it's Spain or Germany. So that side of the bracket, it's Spain, Germany, Portugal, France, and Belgium. And then you have England by themselves on the other side in terms of the favorites. Okay, people?
All I can say is I run a bracket pool here in the States. Been running it for a long time, and it's all done manually, whatever. Out of, 30, 40 entries into it, because I always keep my circle small. not one has Portugal winning. And I
What?
think that they're wrong about that. Not one.
Not one.
Of those brackets has them winning. Now, that's a small sample size here, and it's a bunch of, Americans that are doing this little pool with me. But ultimately, not one. And I was shocked to not see one with them winning. Which tells you you want Portugal to be slept on with this.
Well, not one, but
so
you don't have Portugal winning.
I know I don't have Portugal winning, but
Who's your
I'm
winner?
just
So,
saying,
out
like,
of curiosity, out of this.
That's a great question.
But Portugal,
That's
I
a great
believe they're
question.
my winner in terms of we have the team to win. Cristiano Ronaldo hasn't scored until now. It was the first time in group stages that Cristiano Ronaldo in a big competition didn't score. So yes, that can be worrisome, but the way I saw him play in the first 2 games, I think he'll make the difference against Slovenia, because when he's against the wall, Cristiano Ronaldo tends to answer back. Okay, that's what he does best.
He's got to.
He's got
to. He's got to. So I think he generally does deliver when he's got to. So, yeah. But if you're gonna ask me that question, I think the winner of Germany, Spain, when all is said and done, obviously has that done. But the knockout round, like, this is the tournament, right? So, like, this is it, and the knockout round does weird things to teams that traipse through and walk
Germany,
through,
Spain.
walk through the groups. You know what I mean? So it's so interesting because this is where you get tactics mean a whole lot. Coaching means a whole lot when it comes to here, because you're gonna have tired legs ultimately as the knockout rounds progress. And I don't know, man. All I can say is, like, they just that left side of the bracket. It's just bonkers.
And it makes
absolutely
people
bonkers.
not choose Portugal in terms of their winners.
I know.
Oh my days. But against Slovenia, if we line up Diogo Costa, Nuno Mendes, Ruben Dias, Pepe, João Cancelo, in midfield, Palhinha, Bruno Fernandes, Vitinha, and attack, Rafael Leão, Cristiano Ronaldo, Bernardo Silva, I fully believe, confidently believe, we will beat Slovenia and France next. I gotta believe that we're gonna beat the Frenchmen, because the Frenchmen, they look fragile. They look fragile, and then until now,
they do.
and I gotta believe 1-on-1 we have a chance with Spain too. We have a chance against Spain too. Spain's playing better football completely. Cucurella's looking fantastic. Fabian Ruiz is looking fantastic. But we have experienced players that in at any given moment, Bernardo Silva, Bruno Fernandes, Cristiano Ronaldo, Ruben Dias, Pep, a veteran that, look, until now, Pep's been one of the best center backs in the competition next to Nakanji, Ricardo Calafiori. I have to back my own. So I'm very confident that we can make it through. All right, tell us, you, down below, people, okay?